Bruno, are you sure this is the place?
Yes, here is the place the machine is indicating.
Well, if the machine said it was so, I wasn't gonna argue. How's everything, Bruno?
Oh, everything is tickety-boo. Apart from the fact I have a crazy man trying to kill me.
Are you sure you don't want to come with me?
I think I will be better out here, thank you.
How reliable is that machine? I mean, how many of these Earth power sites have you found with it?
You understand nothing.
It's not about understanding. It's about believing. Hey, that machine sure is a piece of work. Homes in on ancient dust, huh?
You are quite a witty man, I think, Mr. Stoppard.
You know, I like to keep things cheery.
I find it very tiresome. Please desist.
Sure. By the way, this place doesn't look right to me.
But the readings are very strong. Maybe you missed something.
Silence. That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door. The door had no remarkable features. That door wasn't going to open. I couldn't hear anything. It was just a door, nothing interesting about it. Either the door was stuck, or it was just locked. Bruno had risked a lot to bring me here. I wasn't about to go sightseeing. Magazines and large hardback books. That Irish guy, Eamon, he would have loved this place. Novels and short stories by the look of it. Kids' books. Shame it wasn't open. I still had a couple of gaps in my Tintin collection, and this could have been just the place. Bruno had risked a lot to bring me here. I wasn't about to go sightseeing. I couldn't hear anything. There was nothing special about this door. Locked. Maybe from the other side? The place was quiet. I guess no one was home. The door to the repository was old and heavy. They sure didn't want anyone taking their books. The door was locked tight. I'd have to find another way in. It was a large recycling dumpster. I wondered what sort of things the French recycled. The lid had been propped open. I couldn't close the lid from the ground. The window was latched inside. One of the panes was smashed, leaving a gaping hole. Suddenly, I was very scared of what lay ahead. Aha! The window opened easily. I found myself in a book repository. I'd managed to unlatch the window. Breaking and entering always made me uncomfortable. I could see very little in the dark. I needed more light. I hoped to find something useful, but I was out of luck. No sounds came from behind the door. It was a sturdy metal door. Just some filing cabinet drawers. The labels on the drawers were old and unreadable. The drawers weren't going to budge. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Sacrifice made easy. 101 ways to kill a goat. The perfect Christmas gift. Just some filing cabinet drawers. The labels on the drawers were old and unreadable. The filing cabinet was locked and I didn't have the key. This was a strange section. Secret doors and tunnels, construction and maintenance. There was a little plaque on the top of the shelf. These books kindly donated by the governor of Alcatraz. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Books on the occult and the paranormal. Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. I made a mental note to stay away from bookshops for the rest of my life. Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. Books on relationships. Looking for love in the strangest places. Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Imagine keeping a yeti as a pet. Think of the hairballs. Yuck. Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Books on cryptozoology, care and feeding. Books on conspiracy theory. On the shelf below, the label read, Conspiracy Practice. A small metal filing cabinet. The labels on the drawers indicated that they were for storing the bills and paperwork. A small metal filing cabinet. The drawers wouldn't open. They were securely locked. Books on sex. Nobody ever accused George Stobart of being scared to learn new tricks. The Kama Sutra. Of course, people had more joints in those days. Sex, a one-man mission. Well, only if you can't find a woman. Problems in the sack. Ah, I see. That should be in the vegetable section. Books on sex. This was a strange section. Secret doors and tunnels, construction and maintenance. It was a sturdy metal door. It was a light switch. The room was just a storeroom. Deep scratches had scarred the floor. The trap door was set flush into the floor. A ladder led down into a well-lit passage. It looked like Bruno could be right. It was a sturdy metal door. Nope, not that way. The ladder led back up to the repository. A crafty place to hide a secret tunnel. Some kind of ancient board. It was like something from a horror movie. I half expected to hear screams coming from inside. There was nothing behind the door, or my ear problem was back. The door had no remarkable features. That door wasn't going to open. They got a show. It was some kind of a rehearsal. As a one-time director of the Idaho Players, I was no stranger to the thespian arts.
Where is it? We must have the location. I tell you, I don't know.
Ah!
Let me do this properly. I know I can break her.
As you wish, Petra.
I'm not scared of you, you bunch of thugs.
Bravo! Ooh!
Senior Cicero, sir. Sorry to bother you.
Yes, what is it now?
We got a little problem downstairs.
To be precise, Flap, what kind of a problem?
An intruder problem. A guy's getting killed problem.
Just as I was getting comfortable.
Cesaro! This was no rehearsal. And the girl giving the Oscar performance was my old friend Nico.
This is very tiresome. You will stay here, Miss Collard. Don't try anything.
Some hope. What do you think I'm going to do? Ask the audience for help?
Flap, you watch her like a hawk.
Like a hawk, Senior Cicero.
The name is Cesaro. Senor Cesaro. Do try and make an effort, Flap, or I shall have to kill you too.
Whoa! The gangways were dangerous. They'd fallen away in places. It was a long way down. The rope held up the lighting rig. The lighting rig lowered part of the way, but then jammed fast. Hanging from the rigging was an old sandbag. It must have been used as a counterweight. Another sandbag hung from the rigging. I knew this would get his attention. Gotcha now. Well. Nicole Collard, tied to a chair, needing to be rescued. Again.
George! Don't just stand there. Untie me!
You know, this is becoming a habit. Maybe you should seek help. Okay.
Come on! Hurry!
Jeez, these knots are tight. Aha! Got it. Seriously, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. And it is good to see you. Your timing's perfect.
It always was.
So, how's Idaho, George?
Same as ever. It's a great vacation state. You ought to visit sometime.
Got any friends who'd put me up?
I could put a word in for you.
You're a real sport. Why the sudden interest in theater?
I'm on the trail of a guy who killed one of my clients. A man called Cesaro.
That's the maniac who captured me.
I know. I was watching from the stalls. Thought you were pretty good, by the way.
Thanks. I wasn't looking forward to the next scene, though.
Yeah. Those guys, they got their own special twist on the word corpse.
So tell me about Cesaro.
Cesaro connects back to the Neo-Templars.
Surprise, surprise. That explains idiot guy over there.
So why are you here?
The blonde. She killed the guy I was due to interview. Tracking her down brought me here.
We're working on the same case. Now that's amazing.
Only if you believe in coincidence. Do you?
No.
Me neither. Come on, George. We can't sit around here all day.
Nico?
Yes, George?
I wonder if you could help me out.
It depends on what you want.
So why did the blonde kill the guy you were interviewing?
He was trying to contact me. Said he had information about all this weird meteorological stuff going on. Said the world was going to end.
So, Nico, you still a reporter?
Not according to my editor.
Well, what happened? You get fired?
No, I quit first.
Nice to see someone else with a headache for a change. I knew the guy all right. He used to work for the Grand Master. Flat, they called him. Last time I'd seen him, he was falling from an express train in Scotland. Just too butt ugly to die, I guess. Flat believed in traveling light, just his IQ and his gun. Me, I just put faith in the old IQ. Flap had nothing I wanted, least of all fashion sense. It was one heck of a shot, but I guess the cleaners wouldn't be too pleased. There was no point in coming all this way for nothing. I had to know why this place was so important. I could hear some noises out on the street, but nothing important. These were obviously the main doors in and out of the theater. The door was locked and I didn't have a key to open it. A poster for one of the plays performed here. A Revenger's Tragedy. Didn't sound like a good omen to me. I couldn't hear anything through the door. The door was locked. I couldn't open it because it was locked. The panel controlled the sound. It was a panel to control the sound for the theater. Sound equipment controls. But their days were over. Someone had torn them to bits. This panel was also broken, deliberately too. It was an old stage light burning brightly. Ah! Damn, that's hot! What an incredibly dumbass thing to do. beautifully painted cloth backdrop. It was a perfect market scene. Fruit stalls and bric-a-brac stalls. I'd found a box of theatrical grease paints. The sight transported me back to another day in Paris, a peaceful cafe, and a clown. And boy, did I hate clowns. I stuck my hand into the box and grabbed a stick. Bestheimer's number 7, white. What a lucky guess. I already had a stick of grease paint. It was an old wooden door. It was just a wig mannequin. The drawers in the dresser were empty. They looked as if they'd been emptied years ago. Some kind of play script in French. This wasn't the time to stop and read. The drawers in the dresser were empty. Tucked under the counter was a safe. There was no dust on it. It was still in use. The rotting floor had begun to buckle under the weight. It was an old metal safe. I wondered if there was anything inside. Damn! The safe was locked, but on reflection, that was hardly a surprise. That wouldn't work here. No way was I doing that. Nope, that wouldn't work here. Nico?
Yes, George?
Take a look at this, Nico. I found it under the stage. Face paints.
Well done, George. Shall I paint your face like a tiger, or maybe even a cute little bear?
Some other time, I think, Nico. Do you want this grease paint, Nico?
No thanks, George. I already carry my own makeup. You keep it.
The safe back there has recently been used, and it's locked.
If it's important enough for Cesaro to keep in a safe.
Exactly. Nope, that wouldn't work here. That wouldn't work here. I could feel its eyes staring at me. Was it getting cold in here? The drawers in the dresser were empty. The drawers in the dresser were empty. Nope, that wouldn't work here. The safe was locked. There wasn't a reason to try that. No way was I doing that. The old wooden door matched the building.
Stay away from me! I mean it!
What the hell's up with this guy?
Don't come in here! Stay away!
Somebody has put the fear of God into him.
Somebody or something. And you know what? He's safe in there, and the thing is out here. Locked. Maybe from the other side? The crazed guard had barricaded himself behind the door. I wondered if I should investigate. Then again, maybe not. It was the fuse box for the theater. It looked very old and very dangerous. It looked like a couple of the fuses had blown. There was only one fuse remaining. A very old ladder. Judging by the woodworm, a very dangerous one too. Trying to use that thing would be suicidal. The support strut was wedged between the floor and the ceiling. It was holding up the floor of the room above. I guessed the strut was supporting the safe in the room above. I guessed the strut was supporting the safe in the room above. The strut wouldn't budge. The friction from the floor was too great. I thought about it, but decided not to do it. Either the door was stuck, or it was just locked.
my God, George! Look at this!
Is that really necessary?
His chest has been just burned away.
I've seen dead bodies before, but this guy's a real award winner.
Ugh.
Ooh, looks like he had chicken for lunch.
Whatever could have caused this, George?
You've never eaten in an English restaurant?
Seriously.
I don't know. I'm a lawyer, not a pathologist. The body had been badly mutilated. Ugh. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. As I searched his pockets, I could swear he was watching me. But someone else had beaten me to it. All I found was an empty card holder. He wasn't carrying anything. He'd already been searched by someone else. It looked like a card reader, but without buttons or a keypad. I wondered why it had been installed. These doors weren't part of the original building. They were obviously intended to keep people out. I could see no way to open the door. I was willing to bet the card reader would open it. All I had to do was find a card. With a hair grip and some foil from a chewing gum wrapper, I could have knocked together a rudimentary device to fuse the lock. Or I could find the card that opened the door. That wasn't the right approach. He wasn't carrying anything. He'd already been searched by someone else. Locked. Maybe from the other side? The door had been locked. He wasn't letting anybody in. The crazed guard had barricaded himself behind the door. I wondered what the button was for. Flap had nothing I wanted, least of all fashion sense. Sure was a mess, but it sort of made me feel at home. So I ignored it. Nico?
Yes, George?
I think the support strut is holding up the safe from underneath.
Well, it was sagging through the floorboards.
Maybe there's more than one way to crack a safe. I think the support strut is holding up the safe from underneath.
Well, it was sagging through the floorboards.
Maybe there's more than one way to crack a safe. The grease paint was too old and hard to work into the gap. If only I had a liquid lubricant. Hey, Nico? Can you give me a hand here for a second?
What do you want me to do, George?
Take a hold of this and pull it when I say so.
You're such a romantic.
Yeah.
It's no good, George. It's not going to move.
What do you suggest?
Maybe you should loosen it first.
There was no point in asking Nico to help again, until I had somehow loosened the strut. It was the fuse box for the theater. It looked very old and very dangerous. Nico?
Yes, George?
The door had been locked. He wasn't letting anybody in. Nico?
Yes, George?
He wasn't carrying anything. He'd already been searched by someone else. It was the mutilated body of one of Cesaro's men. That door wasn't going to open. The safe was locked. I could feel its eyes staring at me. Ooh. Was it getting cold in here? The grease paint reminded me of a trip long ago to a costumer. I already had a stick of grease paint. A beautifully painted cloth backdrop. No way was I touching those lights again. No way was I touching those lights again. No way was I touching those lights again. Dust and Weevils, my favorite theater snack. It was some kind of old drinks maker. The kind where you had to mix the syrup and the soda yourself. Just two flavors, lemonade and cola. Wow, it was a classic cash register. I remember these from when I was a kid buying candy. Maybe there was some cash still inside. Well, The drawer was jammed, so I guess not. I had no reason to try that. It was locked and wouldn't open. Damn, just my luck. No soda. Some kind of drinks maker. There was nothing in there for me to eat. Some kind of drinks maker. I couldn't hear anything behind the door. It was locked and wouldn't open. The door probably led to a pantry or a storeroom. No way was I doing that. No way was I doing that. Nope, that wouldn't work here. I had no reason to try that. My friend Nico. No way was I doing that. Nico?
Yes, George?
It looked like a disposable cup. It had been crushed. The machine was empty. There wasn't a reason to try that. Popcorn buckets lay strewn across the counter and floor. Normally, I was prepared to kill for popcorn, but this didn't look too appetizing. I didn't want to take one with me. The old paper cup looked like it had been stepped on. I already had a stick of grease paint.
Ugh.
No way was I touching those lights again. The stage light was hot enough to melt the paint. As the grease paint melted, the smell was terrible, but at least it worked. I stuck my hand into the box and grabbed a stick. Bestheimer's number 7, white. What a lucky guess. It still wouldn't move. The friction from the floor was too great. I needed some sort of lubrication. I hoped the melted grease paint would work as a lubricant. Hey, Nico, can you give me a hand here for a second?
I'm not pulling it again.
I've greased it this time. This time it'll work.
Okay, I trust you.
That's what a guy likes to hear.
Oh, God!
That's one way to crack a safe.
You didn't say you were trying to crack my skull, too.
Just the usual slight miscalculation. You know me, Nico.
You wouldn't be you without it.
Nico seemed to be upset that I'd nearly killed her. Ah, but heck, look on the bright side. The safe had sprung open when it hit the floor. There were two things inside, a key card and some kind of amazing artifact. It had been hewn from stone. Strange crystals were embedded within it. My God! Nico, look at this!
What is it?
Whatever it is, Cesaro must think it's important. There was nothing left inside the safe. It was a swipe card for a security lock. The oddly shaped artifact was encrusted with blue crystals. Nico?
Yes, George?
So what do you think this thing is?
I have no idea.
Telephone to the spirit world? Want to speak to Elvis?
Tell him I'll call him later.
This thing tingles. It feels great.
Maybe it's an ancient massage machine.
He wasn't carrying anything. He'd already been searched by someone else. It was a swipe card for a security lock. Hey, Nico, an elevator.
We've a choice of down or down.
You know, I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
Well, that's settled then. Shall we go? Nico?
Yes, George?
Look at this, Nico.
What is it, George?
It's some sort of symbol carved into the stone. They must have found it when they excavated this tunnel.
It looks like forked lightning. I wonder what it means.
Beats me. It was beautifully carved. It'd look great in my apartment. The stone looked heavy. I certainly wasn't going to pick it up. My God! Bruno was right.
George, it's beautiful. Who could have built something like this?
More to the point, what's it for?
There's a bridge out to the center.
Let's go see. It was an elevator, the type you'd find on a building site. The cage was down at the bottom. It was the call button for the elevator. Pressing the button didn't do anything. The elevator was sitting at the bottom with the door open.
George, look at that.
Some kind of column of energy.
Dragon power?
Look inside.
Looks like a stone of some sort.
Wow. Held in place for thousands of years. Whoa! What the hell? Nico, did you see that?
I did, George, but I don't believe it.
Bizarre.
It likes you, George.
At first glance, it looked like a column of plasma. But when I looked closer, it seemed there was something trapped inside. The surface looked dangerous. Seeing Nico again was a strange experience. She was more beautiful than I remembered. Not that I would have dared tell her so. A column of energy with something inside it.
George, what just happened? It was solid a moment ago.
I don't know. It's weird.
What did you take?
Just looks like a flat slab of rock with some kind of symbol like an omega on it.
So what's a slab of rock doing inside a column of strange power? And why couldn't I get it?
Beats me. Charisma?
Watch it, fella.
The stone had an omega symbol on its surface. And that wasn't quite right. The power still buzzed. was that? What's going on? Those guys are terrified. It's only one man. Why are they running?
George, quickly. Someone is coming up in the elevator.
Oh no, it's Cesaro.
But his girlfriend too.
Nico, we don't have time to get past the elevator. Find somewhere to hide.
Stobart, I have had enough of you and your meddling girlfriend.
That's a shame. Oh, by the way, I adored the show.
So glad you could go. Goodbye.
What the heck was that? What's going on? Those guys are terrified. Look at this, Nico.
What is it, George?
It's some sort of symbol carved into the stone. They must have found it when they excavated this tunnel.
It looks like forked lightning. I wonder what it means.
Beats me. It was beautifully carved. It'd look great in my apartment. The stone looked heavy. I certainly wasn't going to pick it up. My God! Bruno was right.
George, it's beautiful. Who could have built something like this?
More to the point, what's it for?
There's a bridge out to the center.
Let's go see. It was the call button for the elevator. Pressing the button didn't do anything. The elevator was sitting at the bottom with the door open.
George, look at that.
Some kind of column of energy.
Dragon power?
Look inside.
Looks like a stone of some sort.
Wow. Held in place for thousands of years. Whoa! What the hell? Nico, did you see that?
I did, George, but I don't believe it.
Bizarre.
It likes you, George.
At first glance, it looked like a column of plasma. But when I looked closer, it seemed there was something trapped inside. The surface looked dangerous. Seeing Nico again was a strange experience. She was more beautiful than I remembered. Not that I would have dared tell her so. A column of energy with something inside it.
George, what just happened? It was solid a moment ago.
I don't know. It's weird.
What did you take?
Just looks like a flat slab of rock with some kind of symbol like an omega on it.
So what's a slab of rock doing inside a column of strange power? And why couldn't I get it?
Beats me. Charisma?
Watch it, fella.
The stone had an omega symbol on its surface. Now that wasn't quite right. Nico?
Yes, George?
What the heck was that? What's going on? Those guys are terrified. It's only one man. Why are they running?
George, quickly. Someone is coming up in the elevator. girlfriend too.
Nico, we don't have time to get past the elevator. Find somewhere to hide.
What is he doing here? How did he get past all the guards?
The men are weak. They don't understand what is at stake.
Wait here a moment. We shall see what happens next. Petra! There they are! Kill them!
Quick, George, this way.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Wait, we can talk.
Too late.
Wait! Wait!
What the heck was that? What the heck was that? What's going on? Those guys are terrified. It's only one man. Why are they running?
George, quickly. Someone is coming up in the elevator.
Oh no, it's Cesaro.
But his girlfriend too.
Nico, we don't have time to get past the elevator. Find somewhere to hide.
Hold it there, you two. Shall I kill them now?
Yes, they are becoming more than an irritation.
Wait!
What the heck was that?
That didn't work.
What the heck was that? What's going on? Those guys are terrified. It's only one man. Why are they running?
George, quickly. Someone is coming up in the elevator.
Oh no, it's Cesaro.
But his girlfriend too.
Nico, we don't have time to get past the elevator. Find somewhere to hide.
What is he doing here? How did he get past all the guards?
The men are weak. They don't understand what is at stake.
Wait here a moment. We shall see what happens next. Petra! There they are! Kill them!
Quick, George, this way.
Not fast enough, Blondie.
Damn you!
George, I'll hold the doors to stop the elevator going back down. See if you can find another way of keeping the doors open.
The door had been locked. He wasn't letting anybody in. Looks like it strutted its stuff for the last time. A very old ladder. Judging by the woodworm, a very dangerous one too. It was the fuse box for the theater. It looked very old and very dangerous. Without the right card, the door wasn't going to open. Nope, that wouldn't work here. He wasn't carrying anything. He'd already been searched by someone else. I wasn't going to swap places with Nico. I needed to find a way to get us both out of there safely. Nico was holding the door to keep it from closing. I had to find another way of keeping it open. There were more guards watching the only way out. Still, the more immediate problem was how to help Nico. I knew the longer I left her there, the madder she was going to get. I'd left Nico holding open the elevator door. I couldn't leave without her. A huge pile of counterweights for the trap door. If I hadn't given up going to the gym, I would have been able to lift them all. A beautifully painted cloth backdrop. It was an old wooden door. The safe had left a huge hole in the floor. There was nothing left inside the safe. Looks like it strutted its stuff for the last time. A very old ladder. Judging by the woodworm, a very dangerous one too. That door wasn't going to open. I could hear muttering through the door. Someone was in there, pacing the room and talking to himself. The crazed guard had barricaded himself behind the door. The footsteps were pretty erratic. The guy inside was either drunk or crazy. The footsteps were pretty erratic. The guy inside was either drunk or crazy. The door had been locked. He wasn't letting anybody in. Locked. Maybe from the other side? I wasn't going to swap places with Nico. I needed to find a way to get us both out of there safely.
That doesn't make any sense at all, but whatever.
I knew Harry wouldn't mind me using his bottle opener like this. Okay, Nico, you can let go.
Good thinking, George.
No way was I touching those lights again.
George, where are you going? We have to get out of here.
Trust me, Nico, this way is safer. And I've got a friend waiting outside. So, where had Bruno disappeared to?
That's the stepper, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
My apologies. But I must take the key from him.
George!
Quickly, mademoiselle. We must get him somewhere safe.
They managed to open it.
Did they take?
They took everything.
That is highly inconvenient. Now we must retrieve it.
How shall I find them?
Do not worry. I know where they will go next.
What about this place?
Not important. Our work is finished here.
This Stobart. He has powers.
I know. It is disconcerting, but not a problem. Kill them for me, Petra. Both of them.
With pleasure.
He's coming round.
How can you tell?
No joking, please, Andre.
It was a big shock.
How do you think I felt when you brought him in here?
Ow!
Slowly, George.
I feel like somebody plugged me into the national grid.
You are one lucky bunny, George.
There's good news and bad news.
It usually is. Give me the good news first.
When you were attacked, you managed to steal something.
Mm-hmm. The bad news?
Your attacker stole the crystal artifact and got away.
That's not all the bad news, though, is it?
Oh, don't be silly, George. Andre and I are just good friends.
Very good friends.
Now, you don't change.
Nor you.
We don't need this, Andre. This is what you grabbed when you fell.
Weird. Have you worked out the markings?
They are quite baffling us.
We should pool our knowledge.
You're right, Nico. What have you discovered, Andre?
The Voynich manuscript holds the secrets to how this dragon power can be used.
But Vernon had only worked out part of it for himself before he was killed.
He did find out that the Key of Solomon is crucial to the success of any plan.
What's the Key of Solomon?
It's an ancient book that's reputed to hold the wisdom of Solomon.
Ah, this is a falsehood. It is an ancient stone device encrusted with crystals.
Uh-oh.
That's the thing we took from the safe. It must have been one of Cesaro's men who stole it back.
Or a different group entirely.
But who?
Who knows? These people don't like appearing in the history books.
Bruno, would you like to bring these guys up to speed?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, recap what you know.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, where shall I start?
Well, tell them about the dragon cult.
Ah, yes. The dragon cult was formed by Susaro after death of Grand Master at St. Ninians. He pulled together remnants of Neo-Templars and made them into his own organization.
Sounds like he should be thanking you, not trying to kill you.
He continues the work started by Grand Master, using what they call dragon energy for his own purposes.
This power is about to peak.
It runs in cycles, each 12,000 years long. The current cycle is reaching its zenith. Susaro knows where is the Temple of the Dragon. It contains the means to enhance the power build-up. An extraordinary device known as the Armillary.
What are your thoughts, Nico?
I keep thinking about the diagram. Is it a convergence of ley lines?
It's possible, but I have never seen one like it.
This could be how Cesaro found the location of the temple.
But yes, you are right.
What's the purpose of the Key of Solomon?
Remember, I told you about the Temple of the Dragon?
The main power source.
There is a machine there. They call it the armillary. Once it is running, the key is used to create a huge burst of dragon power.
If Suzaro's got the artillery running, why hasn't he used the key already? Why keep it in a safe in Paris?
Because you have to use the key at precisely the right moment. There is just a tiny door of opportunity.
You mean window?
A window? Not a door?
I know, it makes no sense.
Okay. The window lasts just a few days. Susaro is waiting for that window.
This stone we found at the theater.
Yes.
I've seen this exact symbol before.
My dear George, it is a Greek Omega symbol. You're bound to have seen it before.
No, I mean this exact same style.
Of course. The Congo.
That's right, in the caves.
The slot in the wall.
Exactly. We got a lot of clues, but I think we've still got a way to go. The only solid lead we've got is the artifact and the jungle cave.
I think I know where this is heading.
You're right. The Congo.
Oh, I wanted to give the Jeep back, but I couldn't find no one to give it back to. So I set up my own taxi company, just to keep busy, right?
Lucky we found you.
Yeah, very lucky.
Yep. You wouldn't get any of the locals driving up here. I'll stay here. Keep an eye open.
Turn the meter off, okay?
Ah, very funny.
You okay, Harry?
Sure, mate.
You okay, Harry?
Sure, mate.
Nico?
Yes, George?
This is it, Nico. Chumley's workshop. The Omega door is just inside.
Okay, let's go.
I tried to get out of here last time, but it was impossible. Now I can see why. The last person to lock this was probably Susaro.
Any luck?
Nope. No way was I doing that. I can't get the rod into the gap between the doors. You okay, Harry?
Sure, mate.
I can't get the rod into the gap between the doors. Nico?
Yes, George?
The door over there is fastened tight with a big padlock. If you pull on it now, pull, Nico, pull.
Good thinking, George. Not very subtle, but it worked.
Hey, lady, saddle costs extra.
I'll wait here for you, George. Hey! Did you feel that?
Some kind of earth tremor, I think.
What? His body's still here?
Poor old Chumley. He's getting pretty high. Oh, what a smell.
George, I wouldn't get too close. There's nothing you can do for him now.
The strange stone object had been dropped by the guy who mugged me. The stone is the same shape as the slot. It must have been designed to fit. Hey, Nico! I think this is some kind of key.
Something's happening.
Weird, huh? A piece of stone from Paris opens a secret door in the Congo.
You know, this place was built to guard something.
We better watch out for traps then. Look, Nico.
Just what I need. Another dead guy.
But how did he get in? We have the only key to the place.
Through the roof, I guess.
Well, that'll teach him to drop in uninvited.
George, wait!
Thanks, Nico. That was a close call. I'm gonna look around and try and find another way across.
Okay, but be more careful. George! George, wait!
Thanks, Nico. That was a close call. I'm gonna look around and try and find another way across.
Okay, but be more careful.
Is there a floor pattern or not?
Whoa!
That was a big one!
Phew! That was close. A pair of cogs stuck out from a hole in the wall. No way was I gonna put my hands in there. Come on, Nico! It should be safe to cross now!
You'd better be right, George!
Hurry, will ya? Can't hold it much longer!
George?
Another corpse? Oh! This is making my stomach turn! There's a cloth with some kind of emblem on it! Wait! There's something inside it! There was nothing else on the guy. I carefully unwrapped the cloth. It was a scarf embroidered with a coat of arms. Wrapped inside the scarf was a metal plate. It was decorated with a lightning symbol. I'd found the metal plate on the corpse. It had a lightning symbol embossed on it. Nico?
Yes, George?
The spikes must have been a surprise.
I do hope he hadn't come far.
No way was I gonna put my hands in there. I wasn't gonna do that. That wasn't such a good idea.
Wow!
Well, that's clearly the way out.
And these are clearly not ordinary floor tiles.
Gotta be real careful from here on in. Nico?
Yes, George? Wow!
Well, that's clearly the way out.
And these are clearly not ordinary floor tiles.
I know this sounds crazy, but I need you to stand on those tiles for me.
Sure, George.
Can you stand on the birdstone, please? Can you stand on the fish stone, please? Hey, Nico. Can you stand on the birdstone, please? Can you stand on the fish stone, please? Can you stand on the scorpion stone, please? Can you stand on the snake stone, please? Gotta be real careful from here on in.
Damn it.
Nico?
Yes, George? Wow!
Well, that's clearly the way out.
And these are clearly not ordinary floor tiles.
I know this sounds crazy, but I need you to stand on those tiles for me.
Sure, George.
Can you stand on the fish stone, please? Hey, Nico. Can you stand on the birdstone, please? Can you stand on the scorpion stone, please? Can you stand on the snake stone, please? Hey, Nico! There aren't any pressure pads at this end. I'll go on ahead and see if I can find a way to get you through.
Okay, George. I'll be here.
There was a way out at the far end of the corridor, but there wasn't much floor left. The crystals in the rock gave off an eerie blue light. The crystal was embedded in the rock. There was no way to remove it. I wasn't gonna do that. That wouldn't work. I had no reason to try that. That wouldn't work. That wasn't the right approach. A huge slab of rock was precariously balanced on a stalagmite. No way could I move it. The crystals emanated a soft blue light. The crystals in the rock gave off an eerie blue light. The crystal was embedded in the rock. There was no way to remove it.